Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of Weekly Wolverine. Today, we're here with John Brockman, the Vian Superintendent and head baseball coach. Would you like to tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a Weekly Wolverine. Graduated from here in 1990. Went and played baseball in college for a few years and graduated from Northeastern. From there, I became a coach and teacher in Mount Vernon, Missouri. Was there for 2 years, and then I come back to Vian and have been here for the last 27 years.
What all jobs have you held throughout those 27 years?
Well, at Vian, I was been a teacher, geography teacher, world history teacher. I coached head baseball for the whole time I've been here. I've been assistant football. Have done some junior high basketball. I've been transportation director. I've been athletic director. I've been high school principal, and now I'm the superintendent.
This is your first year being superintendent.
It's my first year, yes.
What's been the biggest challenge of switching from principal of a single part of the school to superintendent of the whole school?
The main challenge is just you go from just dealing with the one building to now dealing with the entire district. So there's just a lot more issues come when you don't have one building, you have everybody.
Is there anything you miss about being high school principal?
Probably being around the students. That's one thing that baseball still adds is I get to be around students. Yeah, but I miss the day to day, standing in the halls talking to students as they come by.
Will being head baseball coach and superintendent add any extra challenges to your career?
Well, there'll be some days it'll be tough, but I did it for 6 years as high school principal, so I don't see it being too tough. But there'll be some days that it will add some stuff.
Now, you said you've been baseball coach for how many years?
And Vine, I think this is year 27, 26 or 27.
What was your greatest accomplishment throughout those years?
Well, Grace Collins was probably being state runner up.
Not your induction?
Oh, the Hall of Fame induction. I mean that's an honor that comes with because of the kids. That's state runner up would probably be the greatest one.
And what year would that have been?
2013, we were state runner up.
What's the baseball season looking like this year?
We graduated a lot of good players, but we got some good young players. I think we'll be like we always are. We'll be very competitive.
And now that you're superintendent, you have to work with our board, correct?
Yes.
So what's that relationship like between the superintendent and their school board?
It's been great so far. I haven't had any problems or anything. The board's very supportive of everything we do at school. They want the school to be the best it can, just like I do. So we have a lot of the same goals for the school.
And I know this year we have a new state superintendent of public schools, and he's been changing a bunch of regulations and such. How are you keeping up with all his changes?
Well, that's tough because we get emails. It seems like every week with something being changed. But I mean, he's over the schools. He's the boss. So whatever he wants done, then we have to get it done.
Is there pressure from outside groups who aren't overall over the school who want things from you?
Oh, there's lots of groups. Get lots and lots of emails every day. Groups wanting different things. But it all goes back to what our community here wants, what our school board wants, and what our school policy is. So the outside groups in that big of a distraction.
So you're concerned with Vian and the Wolverines?
I'm concerned with what happens at this school in Vian. I don't care what's going on at Warner or Gore or South, so I'm worried about the Vian Wolverines.
And you've been a Wolverine your whole life, almost around 50 years. How has that helped you in your life?
Well, there's no place else I'd want to be. I understand this community. I'm part of this community. I mean, like you saw say, I bleed purple and gold. I mean, I want everything good for this community and really have no desire to be anywhere else.
So when you were in Mount Vernon, you tried to get back here quickly?
Yeah, as soon as I could. I was there for 2 years, and then a head baseball job come open, and they offered it to me, and I come back.
I know back when you came back, the baseball team was in some dire straits, wasn't it?
Well, no, they were in pretty good shape.
So you had no issues with correcting behavior or setting your own
We
ground
had
rules?
there had been some behavior issues and some stuff that had happened, but it wasn't our kids here just want to win, and I've never had any trouble with any of that.
You bring anything back with you from Mount Vernon?
No. At Mount Vernon we wasn't very good, so there wasn't a lot to bring back.
What about in your personal life?
I did get married. I met my wife at Mount Vernon. My father-in-law now was my boss at Mount Vernon and hired me, and I married his daughter and brought her back to Vian, Oklahoma.
Did that add any complications to your work in Mount Vernon?
No, because we didn't get married until after I'd been here for a couple years.
So going back now to Vian, What's probably the biggest change you've made since you became superintendent?
Biggest change. I don't know that we've changed what we've adjusted some of our curriculum to try to help raise our test scores, and that's probably been the biggest thing we've done.
So what's the biggest issue you've been needing to work on at IM?
Probably test scores. Test scores need to get better. I think discipline needs to get better all the way across.
And now we're building a new high school. How's that coming along?
It's it's coming along. It's a day-to-day process. There's always issues. Anytime you build something that big and costs that much money, there's always issues. But it's coming along. We're hoping to start school in it next year.
You looking forward to having it finished?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward. I got to design the office and all that for me, but I'm not going to be there anymore. I'll be in the other round building, so I don't get to move to the building. But it's going to be nice. It'll be great for our students. Our community deserves something like that, a nice building like that.
And people have been wondering, what are you gonna do with this old high school building?
We're going to tear it down eventually.
What are you gonna do with the space?
Well, that's still up for discussion. It could be a parking lot. It could be a greenery area. One of the two.
So you just want to improve the campus in Viam.
Yeah, we need to make lots of improvements in the campus. And of course, that takes time because it takes money, and that's something the schools don't have a lot of. So there's lots of things we need to make better around here to fix outside. So, but that will just take time.
What do you think your next step will be when the high school's finished?
Well, we've got a long range plan with the school board. So I'll sit down with the school board when the high school's finished because that ties up a lot of everything, and we'll make a plan and see what our next step will be.
Is there any organizations or programs that are going to stay here in their older buildings, or is everyone going to the new building?
Everyone will go to the new building. We've debated. We may keep the English building there, and the resource officer may move to the English building along with Alt Ed, but that hadn't been totally decided yet.
So a lot of the science teacher buildings and rooms will open up in the other buildings.
Yeah, that the middle school will use those, and all high school teachers will be in the new high school building.
Is there anything else you want to add before we finish up?
No, I don't think so. I just go Wolverines.
Thank everyone for tuning in. I'd like to say, please check out our previous episodes of this. And I'd like to thank my crew for supporting us throughout this. Thank you, and have the day you deserve.